Okay.
Cool. I want to see how many people are coming into that. Imagine yours to just how many people flooding in.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Let's see Twitch. Get Twitch up. And
All right. Yep.
alright, ready to go.
Okay. So this is, as I said, the first LPT video live stream. So it's also the
Alright.
first interview. Well,
Awesome.
yeah. So I do have stuff to go on, but why don't we just start off by saying who we are and stuff right now, you know?
Okay.
All right.
Well, my name is Sasha Mario. I'm a comic artist in the fandom. Um, I just do comics and I just love doing Philly stuff because it's cool.
All right. Well, fair enough. And yeah, I'm Dr. Derps. I run LPT. So yeah. All right. Well, I got a question. Well, the first question would be, how did you become a colorful cartoon equine enthusiast?
Um, well, let's see. In April of 2011, so I've been in this for quite a long time in this.
Mm. Yeah.
Citrus 360 showed me the video, the Night of Pony video, and that Night of Pony video, I didn't really know about what the My Little Pony thing was, and he said this show is not bad and stuff like that, and I didn't really care for it until after a month of pressuring me and playing that stupid video on his on his stream, I finally got interested in maybe just checking it out, and I literally got to episode 3 and I found out that that was the breaking point where I just absolutely love the show.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I mean, I've had my moments where I just absolutely love the show, so I know the feeling. All right. Well, next question would be, what are your views on the fandom? Like, how do you feel about it?
It's an ever changing fandom. I'll put it that way. It's been a lot of um I wouldn't say there's a lot of flexibility that's going on is the best word to use. There's probably a better term for it, but the fandom overall is pretty good. I've been very happy with the fandom. It's just a very complex fandom to be a part of because it swings on views quite often, and it's been doing that more as I've gone into the fandom.
Yeah.
The longer I've been in it.
Yeah. I've actually noticed that too. I just, you know, it's very weird. Um,
It's weird but very complex.
yeah. It's always, it's actually, it's grown a lot this year. Like,
It's it has.
yeah, it's rapid. All right. Well, the next question would be, how do you feel about the DeviantArt community of bronies and stuff? Like, are they pretty much different from any other site that handles bronies, or is it just, you know?
Um, I think it's a little. I think the demeanor thing is a little bit more safe stuff out there, if you want to
Yeah.
call it that. Um, I believe that is the best term I can use for it. Is that it's a lot more safer community. I know like other sites that that have bronies in it, like Tumblr and stuff like that. I usually stay away from there because I've always been. Uh, I'm trying to figure out the word more hesitant to
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
I know what's there, and
Uh,
I know stuff that's there too.
yeah. I've been around 4chan, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty bad. Um, well, yeah, I mean, it's fair enough, you know. Do what you do. Uh, I did, this was one that someone else wanted me to ask, and they were like, do you have any future plans for anything other than comics that are like, they really
Well,
just you want to do, or,
well, are they talking like the future of me in MLP, or are they talking about the future of
well,
me just
for
overall?
you, just overall, do you want to do anything else on, like, outside of DeviantArt, or,
Oh, well, I mean, I have been starting to go into other shows like Bravest Warriors and Catbook stuff, and I just absolutely love Catbook because he's just a really hilarious character.
yeah,
And I've done DBZ art before. I want to see if I can get back into it, but it would be very hard because I haven't done it in over more than 2.5 years. I haven't even tackled that type of stuff.
yeah. I actually like Bravest Warriors. It's pretty good. Um,
Mhm.
hmm. Now this one I actually wanted to ask just because I'm a big Sunset Shimmer fan and I want to know like what an artist has views on considering Equestria Girls. So what do you think about Equestria Girls overall with their characters and
You know what the funny thing is? I have never seen it still.
oh, all right. Well,
So
that works too.
I don't. I mean, I can tell you the opinion of what I've heard about it is that it's a very good animated. Um, it's a good animated movie.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
a
much.
concept overall. I mean, it may have been. It's a different type of movie overall from what I'm used to. And I'm kind of surprised they went in that direction. But I've heard just from what I've been hearing from people is that it's a pretty good movie overall.
Yeah.
There's a lot of plot. There's a lot of loopholes and plot holes that don't make sense in the movie, but they said overall it's a good movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Do you have like a favorite pony, or is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Pinkie Pie's my favorite character, but Derpy is the character that I freaking love the most. There's something about you can do so much with Derpy in really awkward, funny, random situations like Derpy moments that just makes her a lot. It just makes her character a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I really had the top two, it'd be basically Pinkie Pie and Derpy battling out, and it
Yeah.
flips.
Ah. Well. Hmm.
But it's more so Pinkie Pie. I think I've always been more Pinkie Pie.
Yeah. She's random. Well, who was your favorite voice actor on the show?
Um, that's a hard question. I wouldn't necessarily have a favorite, but I
Hmm.
know how the ones I have met. I have met Nicole Oliver, Kathy Westluck, and Lee Toker, and briefly Peter New. But I
Hmm.
haven't met anybody else on the show, or really interacted with anybody. But I just know that Kathy Westluck, she used to voice a lot of stuff for Dragon Ball Z, and that used to be my main anime. It kind of still is my most favorite show ever,
Oh,
and it's
dude.
why I do so many DBZ pony art, too.
Oh, God. Dragon Ball Z. I do remember that. I
Mm,
used to be a fan. And,
used.
no, I used to. It kind of died out.
Oh,
I got
but actually, it's
occupied.
coming back.
Well, I mean, for me, I had to go.
Oh,
I had to
okay.
get away from it. Oh shit. Uh, let's see. I have a bunch of questions. If you had a choice between Spike at your service or Wonderbolt Academy, which one would you watch?
Wonderful Academy by far. The only reason why is I just like, it's just a very different episode
Hmm.
where you get to see something that you never seen before.
Yeah, fair enough. And hmm, if you could go and work at DHX, what job would you want?
Oof. Oh boy, that's actually a good question. I would love to be a storyboard artist. I wouldn't be very good at creating the stories. I wouldn't be very good at overall. Um, I wouldn't be very good at just drawing the stuff. But I think I'd be very good at maybe just doing pre-storyboards or something like that to get the writers transitioning into the animators.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's just I just feel it's something that I could probably do.
Well, let's see what else. There is. Yeah, I'm just picking out questions that are good because some on here are just bad.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I mean, at the people in the chat are here, then
oh
I would
well,
ask you
we
some
can
questions.
ask some. Yeah, here, let's have them ask some questions. All right.
I can't actually see how many people are in the chat, but I'm sure there's probably quite a few.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Well, right now there's four, from what I can
Oh,
see.
that's
Sadly.
okay.
Yeah. Well, I can ask on Skype if anyone wants to ask anything.
Hmm.
All right. I do have one question though on the list, like before we ask people, and that's. Hang on, let me. what do you think the next big thing in the fandom's going to be?
The next big thing I think is probably going to be season 4.
Oh well, yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
that's.
oh
I
yeah,
think that's.
yeah. Well,
There you go.
that's more canon. I mean, like fan
Oh,
stuff.
um. Oh boy. Tough call because if I would say so, I think everybody anything that's been ponified has been ponified,
Yeah,
but I'm not really sure. Um. Uh. I really it's hard to. I don't know. It's hard to say what the next big thing is because the unknown is actually the more fun, and I don't really know what's going to happen.
yeah. Oh.
And that's what the fun is, in my opinion, is that the unknown overall is. I personally think that having the unknown is. I don't know. Not knowing what will be the next big thing is actually part of the thrill of being a
Yeah.
part of this.
Hmm.
So it's hard to say what the next big thing is going to be
Yeah.
as it bounces around.
All right.
You
I'm
guys
just
got questions?
they're typing up their questions, so I'm just gonna.
Oh, if someone actually asked me a question on if I like drawing the DVC ponies, and
Yeah.
yes,
Well,
that's a lot of.
actually, one of my admins just asked, how long does it make for you to just typically draw a comic, or not draw, like, put together a comic and stuff or whatever?
Um, Comic wise, they take per comic, depending on how many panels, they're taking anywhere between 4 to 6 days for me to work on them. The reason being is I have to sketch them out on paper first, which doesn't really take too long unless I'm getting really annoying with the poses.
Yeah.
Um, I usually spend about a day to line art, about a day to draw the paper sketch, but I do that about a week before I work on it online. But we're just talking just digital. I line art and color about one night, and then I spend the next 4 nights or so just doing straight up backgrounds and adding a bunch of details in the eyes and all this other stuff.
Hmm. All right. Hang on. This other guy wanted to know, what is the one thing we should look for when it comes to your comics?
Puns. I'm obsessed with doing puns. Those awful, terrible puns. But the puns, I like doing them because I know sometimes a lot of people don't like them because they're so bad, but they're really funny. But the fact that I do so many bad puns, people just, I don't know if they get sick of it or it's more like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just so bad. But it's more like, I like doing them, but it's a very unique thing to do for me.
Hmm.
And not only that, when you get to the puns, you can throw Derpy into any one of those situations, and it just becomes instantly just like a Derpy moment.
Yeah.
It feels more like Derpy's character too.
He also, another one wants to know, tell us about your DBZ night.
The one last night was freaking amazing. Oh my god, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It's one of my best stream nights. I work whenever I do a DBZ pony picture. I play DBZ episodes, not DBZ episodes, but just DBZ fights.
All
It's
right.
awesome.
Another one wants to ask, what's your favorite Legends of the Hidden Temple team?
The Blue Barracudas, but if anybody knows, whenever we go in my chat, it's become a tradition over the last year and a half now that whenever I do a Legends of the Hidden Temple episode, we name all the teams actual pony teams. Right, the red is
Hmm.
the Big Macs, the blue is the Dashers, green is Lyra, orange is Applejack, purple is Twilight, and silver is Derpy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. All right. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to just switch over the game because my Skyrim is messing up. So we're going to be live streaming with Dota 2.
As we enter, that's pretty funny.
Yes. And let's see who else wants to ask a question. This other guy wants to ask, what is one of the greatest things you have improved upon since you started?
Oh, so what's the greatest thing I've improved upon?
Yes.
Just doing the ponies as nearly show style as possible.
All right.
It's but I'm more
Oh,
gone
he wants to
overall
know drawing-wise, actually. He just fixed his comment.
drawing wise.
Yeah.
Trying to just I don't know. That's a good question. I think overall I've gotten better at perspectives and I've gotten better at I don't know. I think it's better perspectives, and also I'm just trying to get the ponies to actually feel like they're in their element.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
drawing wise, I feel like I'm getting better just overall, just everything. Because
yeah.
you look at when I started ponies, my backgrounds are good, but my ponies were kind of off.
Yeah.
But I've kind of learned how to balance it out now.
All right. Let's see. Here, looking at the list. What is the one thing you hope to do within the next 5 years? It doesn't have to be ponies. It just be like
Get a
something you really
wedding
want to
job.
do.
Get a wedding job. Because that's what I went to college for. So I want to
Yeah.
get a meteorology job. Yeah.
Yeah. And
We could.
they're asking some more questions. Hang on. Let's see. All right.
I can't see the chat, but is there someone with the name of Ice in there?
No.
Oh, okay. Because
It
if
would
it,
be Elliot from Babble with Bronies and one of my
okay.
admins.
There's a guy in there. Because I can't see the chat, like who's in the chat, but
Yeah.
if he's in here, I know he would harbor me about one thing that he always comes on my streams about. It's really
Yeah.
funny.
Speaking of someone, this one guy wanted me to ask you if you would remember him, and his name is Hyper Dude, man.
I kind of recognize the name.
Yeah.
If he came to my streams, I kind of think I recognize the name.
Yeah, he said he used to go into your streams a lot, so. All right, I have the game set up, so let's just start it, and,
The really funny thing is some people who come to my streams at times I see at conventions, which is kind of interesting, which is they come in my stream and I recognize their name, and when I meet them at the convention, they'll be like, "Hey, Tox, do you remember me? I am so and so." I'm like, "Yeah, you're the guy who was in my stream." But the reason why I remember so many people and why they're surprised is that I usually get the same amount of people in my stream,
yeah,
so I can kind of tell who's a new person, who's an old person, who's what I call quote unquote a veteran,
yeah.
who's on my stream more than 6 months.
All right, fair enough. And, let's see. Questions.
All the questions.
Uh, someone else wants to know as well. When was the moment you felt that you arrived to the point where you've become like a big deal?
I still don't think I'm a big deal, and personally, in my opinion, but
Yeah.
the area that I think when I really started getting good at the pony art was, I would say December 2011. There
Hmm.
was somewhere around there where everything just started clicking. It was actually just briefly after I finished one of my Werewolf Luna comics I did,
Hmm.
the Moonlight Terror comic series, when I started really dialing down the ponies, and since then I've been getting really good at polishing the style up and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Actually, someone else wanted to know about that. Are you going to do anything more with Where Luna? Or is it?
I always do something with Were Luna.
All right.
I
Fair.
maybe not, I'm probably gonna, if he's talking about the comic series, the Moonlight Terror
Well,
comics
he
that
just said ask about Where Luna, so
that's about where, well, I consistently have new Were Luna pictures that I
Hmm.
do single pictures, but
Yeah.
I space them out. And the reason what makes her so much fun to draw is that I don't draw her a lot, but whenever I do, she'll come out amazing. And the funny thing is, like, I will do a Were Luna picture or even start drawing her maybe once or twice every 2 months or so, or
Yeah.
more likely it's once every 3 months, or two times every 3 months, once every like 2 months. And the reason being, she's such a special character and such a unique character to draw
Yeah.
that if you draw something like that too much, you just start losing interest in it.
Yeah.
But I have more of her. I'm gonna have at least two more pictures of her before Halloween, and releasing one on Halloween. It just fits.
All right. And what would you say separates your streams from others? Like, what makes it better?
Personally, I just how I stream. I'm very interactive with the chat, and I mean I can draw, but my stream is not all about drawing. I mean I am drawing while I'm streaming,
Yeah.
but it's not. I don't have to like dial down and be like, okay, I gotta entertain people by drawing. I mean I feel like it's my obligation to that if someone's gonna take their time to watch your stream, sure they can watch in your stream and watch you draw. But after that, it can get very boring after a while. If you're just, because you might switch to a new tab and be like, okay, he's going to just keep drawing. I'll keep the tab open and do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
But I've always found that have a very good stream sometimes is to entertain your streamers, and that's what I like to do with because I'm drawing, but I'm also interacting with the chat, and I'm also playing old shows too.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Because it's very weird. I feel like I should ask it just because it's dumb, and whatever. He wants to know which is better, iPhone or Android.
Um, I I have an Android, so I'm gonna say Android. I don't have to have all the perks that an iPhone
Yeah.
has. It's more of
Yeah.
a tool.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm just iPhone guy.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I find the iPhone to be like a toy, but
Yeah.
it's
It's very.
it's a little bit too much for me.
Yeah. It,
It's good if you're like doing like certain things, but I mean, if you're just doing it as using it as a phone, I gotta take the
yeah.
Android.
All right. And let's see. Do. Ask that. I already asked that. How'd you get your name?
Ooh, wow. That's actually the third person who's actually asked me that in 3 days. After no one's asked me that in months and years. The name came from. Okay, it started out as my brother's name. We put about 5 or 6 years ago. His online screen name was Toxic-Cow. I
Oh.
don't know why. I don't know why he named it. It was a really cool name that he made it, but he changes his online screen name constantly, like for gaming and stuff like that, even though he
Yeah.
uses the same account. And then in 2010, when I was starting at my DeviantArt, I was thinking of a good name to use, and I remembered I liked the Toxic Cow name, so I decided to say Toxic. But I thought about like, okay, what can I put into this that makes a very good name? And you know what I put in? I put Mario there because I was like, you know what? I like Nintendo. Mario has always been my favorite character. I always play with him in like Smash games. Well, not Smash games, but just like racing games and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
so I decided, you know what? What better way of throwing my love for Nintendo than just put Mario there? So
Yeah.
that's where Toxic Mario came out, where it's an influx of my brother's name and just my love of Nintendo.
Yeah. All right. Well,
And ever
now,
since then, I stuck with it.
so this guy. All right. 17 and 18 together or perfect cell.
That's a really weird question.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna just take Cell because he's just a badass.
All right.
Anyway, that was a weird question.
Let's see.
It's a shame I can't see the chat. That's the
It
thing.
is. Do you want me to add you in and see if you can?
Oh, well, I'm on the Twitch site, but my internet's just really
Yeah.
crappy.
All right. Well, probably best not to do that.
Yeah, I know.
I know I shouldn't be doing a game right now while I'm doing the interview, but Twitch is the best. You cannot deny that
Well, yeah.
Twitch has the best thing for
Twitch,
streaming.
Twitch is good.
Yeah. If I had a choice, I would use something else, but
Mhm.
unfortunately, none of them have the capabilities that Twitch have. So,
Yeah, that's all right.
all right. Well, let's see. Do, 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 do. Are you big into video games at all, or are you just
I am, for the most part, big into video games. I like doing it,
all right?
but it's just sometimes that I don't get heavily invested into the games as much as I used to because there's how much the pony stuff is taking up my time.
Yeah. Because I mean, I used to make video games before I started this pony stuff, so I can definitely relate.
Hmm.
It has taken a lot. But do you have a favorite, any specific favorite pony site that you go on, or is it like,
Um, wait, what was that question again?
do you have a specific pony themed site that you go on a lot?
Oh, I go on the MLP Reddit a lot because there's a lot of hilarious stuff that goes on there.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Reddit. The only reason why I like the Reddit is that you can, granted, it's mainly because I can find a lot of good like image things or just random hilarious things that people are talking about there. I mean, I go to other sites too, but I feel like I'm just attached to DeviantArt and I'm attached to the MLP subreddit. It's just
Mm.
there's something about that site that a lot of people know who I am there,
Yeah.
and I just feel very comfortable there because it's just cool. And there's a lot of funny stuff that I see posted there.
Yeah. Favorite moment at a convention?
Fair moment I can mention. TriCon. Just the entire convention is my favorite moment.
No,
That convention is my favorite convention to go to.
I'm failing at this game right now. But do you have any future plans when you're going? Like, are you going to any future conventions
Yes,
in
but what I'm doing is for the conventions is that I've kind of gotten sick and tired of a lot of MOP cons because they're not very straight with the vendors and
uh,
with the artists, Sally. And I've had issues with that, but that's a different story. But mainly what I'm doing right now is up until TriCon next year, which will be my next MOP con, I want to do anime conventions like I did earlier in the year. And I've gone to two of them already, and I've seen there's a lot of pony stuff that's there. I'm like amazed because they have a lot of pony themed stuff that's there. I'm
yeah.
quite surprised. Um, but at my next convention I'm going to will be YomaCon, and YomaCon is an anime slash general convention, more general. I always hate when people say anime conventions now because they are more general conventions now. And that's in Detroit on Halloween weekend, and then I'm gonna sign up again for Animate Miami down in Miami, Florida, the weekend of the January 17th through the 19th.
Mm.
Then I have other ones on the radar, but those are the two that I'm officially signed up for.
All right. Uh, hmm. What's your favorite episode from each season?
Each season?
Yeah, like
Oh,
one from
okay.
each.
Okay, let's see here. As far as season one goes, it's probably gonna be either Fall Weather Friends, but yeah, it's probably Fall Weather Friends. Or that or Party of One. It's one of those two.
Yeah.
I'm more leaning to Party of One because just how insanely good writing the episode was. Also, season two, it's Less Than Zero, which is I consider my favorite episode of all time, and then season three, it's a tie between two. But I'm gonna say it's gonna be between Sleepless in Ponyville and my and probably Wonderbolts Academy.
Hmm.
I,
Interesting choice.
I feel like I feel like I'm leaning towards the Wonderbolts Academy just because I like how different that episode was. Even though I know Sleepless in Ponyville has gotten a lot of praise, but I think
Yeah.
because it's a Scootaloo episode and how many people wanted that episode, it may have been getting a lot more hype than the other episodes just because of the fact that it is a Scootaloo episode. And you've waited 3 seasons to get it.
Yeah. Um, kind of almost done with the questions. Let's see. Do you have a favorite video game?
Um,
Like one you would prefer?
I still like the Mario Kart series, but Smash Bros. Series. Also a big person in the Grand Theft Auto series.
All right.
That's my three. That's my top. Those are my three main series. Oh, and sports games.
Okay. Do you have any mixed feelings on the new MLP card game?
I'm I've seen it. I mean, I'm probably not going to play it, but It's very interesting though.
All right.
I'm surprised that they're. I'm just surprised. It's like it was like one of those things where like, oh whoa, card game, holy crap! One they can actually play. I'm like, wow, that's different.
Yeah. Uh, let's see. How has the fandom changed you as a person?
Actually, to tell you the truth, I don't think it has. I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, the fandom's changed me, X, Y, Z, or whatever the heck it is."
Yeah.
I think I've always been the same person. To tell you the truth, my attitude on things, I don't think I've ever really changed. I've been the same person who likes sports over MLP. I'm basically in the same attitude I've always had through college, and it's. I don't think it's ever changed me. I think I've been just enjoying myself in the fandom though.
Yeah. What am I supposed to? I got like one more question, and then you could just rant about whatever you want. I mean, just, go ahead. And that is, like, do you have
Oh,
any, like, do you have any origins as to why you became an artist, or did you just kind of like do it?
um, just basically why I became an artist in a sense, you're saying?
Like a, do you have like a, I don't know, like a pretty like lengthy explanation, or is it just like a shorter answer?
I don't know. I mean, it's a very short answer because
Oh,
I
okay.
really don't know how I got into the art thing. I know my grandfather used to be big on art, which is what my grandma told me. But what I don't really know is why I got into it in 2010,
Hmm.
being out of it my whole life. I mean, I mean, it's always been something I would like to get in. I would have liked to get into. I got into when I was younger, but I don't know. There was just something about that clicked with me in 2010 that
Hmm.
I, I don't know. I just fell in love with it.
Yeah. Is there a? I'm just trying to get back to the Twitch thing. Let's see. Oh wow, it exploded.
Hmm.
Well, kind of. Uh, doo doo doo.
I think a lot of people are going to be asking
Yeah.
questions.
I'm gonna scroll up and.
I actually wonder how many people are actually in the chat.
Yeah. Hmm. There's only like, from what I can see, 7, but I think there's more because my browser always messes up.
Oh, yeah, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to ask questions.
Yeah. This guy, GTX Crusader, just wants to let you know that he loves you.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's highly random.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's the internet. I wouldn't expect much from it. But, if you want to just talk about anything... Oh, wait, actually, there's one more. Where do you get some of your merchandise from? Or, actually, where do we go to get your merchandise?
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna get an Etsy shop up, and I was gonna start getting it up today,
Alright.
but I had a lot of stuff that like pushed me to do it, and I was gonna get it up this weekend. But what you can do right now is you can go to my We Love Fine account, and if you want to go there and get some of my T-shirts or my TVC pony prints, which are Hasbro licensed, just go to just Google Toxic Mario We Love Fine all in one word,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll see my stuff there. And
Alright.
all the stuff that you see there is all Hasbro licensed shirts, all by my own work.
Alright, sounds good.
Mm.
Do you have anything you want to just kind of rant about, or...
Not really. I'm sure the chat. I'm sure the chat has other stuff they could probably ask.
Alright. Well, they're just talking about hugging you and demanding hugs back. But
Uh,
it's really random. It's, you know...
that's actually slightly funny.
Yeah. Uh, well, let's see. This one guy is like, I've hugged Toxic against his will.
uh, okay.
Yep. Oh, there's someone with a question. Let's see. Come on, type it. Doo doo. I know who you are. Just type the question.
Uh,
Alright.
yes. That's a lot of typing that must be going on over there.
Yeah. Hmm. It took him 5... God damn it. No, alright. Well, never mind. He said it was a stupid question. He doesn't want to ask it.
Okay.
Alright, well, I guess that might be it.
Okay.
Any closing remarks or anything?
Not really. I mean, it's always appreciate everybody for supporting my art and stuff like that. I've always tried to keep a clean slate of art as much as I possibly could to keep with the show's name and stuff like that. I don't. That's why I've always stayed with the clean side of the art because I feel
Hmm.
like I want to keep with the innocence of the show. And
Yeah.
um, I don't know. It's just something that I've always been. I felt like that it's what got me into the show, so I can't really deviate or go down the other route,
Yeah.
to put it loosely. Um, without, as I feel like it would do the show an injustice.
Yeah.
What I fell in love with the show and what the show still means is, after all, it is still we are the target audience. It's still, remember, a kids show, so we always have to still look at it like that.
Yeah. Actually, someone pointed out to me last night that their Transformers used to have like, they still do. They have this whole fandom going, but
Yeah.
Hasbro's ignored them for years. And all of a sudden, you see these guys like a My Little Pony, and it's like, all of a sudden, Hasbro's just throwing money to get us to keep liking the show.
Well, yeah, true.
But they've just completely dumped Transformers in a way.
Oh, wow. Yeah, true.
It's a weird thing. You'd have to look into it more if you want to know about it. But all right,
I have to
well,
look, I have to look into that stuff.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, there's not really much else to do, so I guess we could wrap this up.
All right.
All right, this has been Doc and Toxic Mario. All right, time to
Yep.
end the
I'll
stream.
try to do the next one.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been good. I'll talk to you later.
Yes. All right, man. Catch you later.
All right, see ya.
Yes, sir.